Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty fundamental. Your drinking water.
Right. Specifically, how to make sure it's as clean as possible right from your tap.
Exactly. We've got this audio overview of the EXPRT MR-2034 Undersink water filtration system. That's our source material.
And our mission, so to speak, is to really understand it, not just the surface stuff.
Yeah, what is this thing? How does it work? What are the, actual benefits? And maybe help you figure out if it's a good fit for your situation.
Sounds good. We want to get past the marketing points and into the real substance of it.
Okay, so the audio kicks off by mentioning EXPRT is part of Apex water filters.
Yeah, Apex. Apparently been around since '97, focusing on clean water.
Right, quite a while. And EXPRT, the name, it's supposed to mean like expertise and high performance.
It makes sense. They're positioning it that way.
And it's described as a complete system. Connects right to your cold water supply. Designed to boost your water quality at home. Sounds simple enough.
Well, that complete system bit is interesting. Suggests you get everything you need, which is good.
No hunting for extra bits and pieces.
Exactly. And yeah, Apex being in the game since '97 does give it some background. They should know their stuff by now.
Okay, let's get into the core of it then. This 4-stage ultrafiltration process. The audio walks through it step by step.
Stage 1 first.
Stage 1. The PP sediment filter. This is basically the first line of defense, right? Catches the bigger particles.
Yep. Sediment, rust, maybe even tiny insects, that kind of thing. It's really about protecting the filters that come after it.
Like a pre-filter.
Precisely. And honestly, it's super important, especially if you have older pipes or just, occasionally get cloudy water. This filter takes the hit.
Makes sense. Okay, stage 2. Organic coconut shell activated carbon. GAC.
Ah, the carbon stage. This is where it gets into the chemical side of things.
Right. The audio mentions things like pesticides, herbicides, benzene, even radon. And it's also meant to tackle bad tastes and smells.
Yeah, activated carbon, especially from coconut shells, is really good at that. It has a huge surface area, like a sponge, that just grabs onto those organic chemicals.
So that's what makes the water taste
Raw.
better, less like chlorine, maybe.
Exactly. Taste and odor improvement is often the first thing people notice with these systems. Big difference.
Okay, then stage 3, the organic carbon block. Sounds similar to stage 2. Another carbon filter.
It is, but it's a bit different. Think of it as a more densely packed version.
Ah, okay.
So the GAC does the initial heavy lifting, and the carbon block provides a sort of polishing step, a second pass to catch even more of those taste and odor compounds. Finer filtration.
Double security check, you could say.
Good way to put it.
All right, and the final one,
Yeah.
stage 4, the ultrafilter.
Yeah.
UF. This sounds like the really high-tech part. 0.1 micron pores. That's tiny.
It is incredibly small, yeah.
The claim is it removes over 99.99% of bacteria, viruses, parasites. But here's the interesting bit. It leaves the good minerals in. How does that work?
That's the magic of ultrafiltration, really. The membrane has pores big enough for water molecules and dissolved mineral ions, the good stuff to pass through.
Okay.
But they're way too small for larger things like bacteria or viruses. They just get physically blocked. It's size exclusion.
Like a microscopic sieve.
Huh.
So, nasty stuff out, beneficial minerals stay.
That's the idea. You're purifying without stripping everything away.
Gotcha. Now, the audio also emphasizes ease of use. Compact design, tankless. Good for saving space, I guess.
Oh, definitely. Undersink space is always tight. So being compact and tankless is a real advantage, especially for, say, apartments or RVs.
Yeah, RVs, good point. And installation. It mentions push-to-connect fittings. DIY friendly.
Supposedly, yes. Those fittings usually make things much simpler. No complex plumbing needed, ideally.
And filter changes. Twist and lock cartridges. Sounds like you wouldn't need tools.
Right. Tool-free changes are a big convenience factor. Makes maintenance much less of a hassle. They're clearly aiming for user-friendliness.
Okay, so beyond filtration and ease of use, what about the benefits? Great taste, obviously.
Which we covered, yeah. That's often paramount for people.
But also cost-effectiveness.
Yeah.
Compared to bottled water, anyway. Filters last up to a year.
That's the claim, up to 12 months. And yeah, if you currently buy a lot of bottled water, the savings could actually be significant over a year.
Plus, less hassle-lugging bottles around.
Absolutely.
And better for the environment, too.
Which brings us to the eco-friendly angle they mentioned. No wastewater produced.
Correct. Unlike reverse osmosis systems, which can waste quite a bit of water during the filtration process, UF doesn't typically produce wastewater.
That's a big plus for water conservation. And obviously cutting down on plastic bottles helps too.
Definitely. Reduces your plastic footprint.
And they also say it doesn't mess with your water pressure much. That's good. A dribble of filtered water wouldn't be great.
No, you want a decent flow rate. Maintaining pressure is important for usability.
And it's versatile, usable in kitchens, apartments, RVs. That adaptability makes it appeal to a wider range of users, for sure.
Okay, now this next point seems really crucial. The audio specifically states, this system does not lower TDS, total dissolved solids, or ppm, parts per million.
Yes, and that's critical to understand. It goes back to how ultrafiltration works.
Because it leaves the minerals in, right? Those minerals count as dissolved solids.
Exactly. TDS meters measure all dissolved solids, beneficial minerals included. Since UF is designed to keep those minerals, your TDS reading won't really change.
So if someone's main goal is to get that super low TDS reading, maybe because they have very hard water or just prefer that taste,
then this isn't the system for them. They'd need to look at reverse osmosis, or RO.
Right, the audio explicitly says that. If TDS reduction is the priority, look at RO.
It really highlights the difference in filtration philosophies. UF targets harmful contaminants while preserving mineral content. RO aims to remove almost everything.
So it boils down to your water, or what you actually want to achieve. Remove pathogens and chemicals, but keep minerals. UF could be great.
Precisely. Or if you want the absolute lowest dissolved solids count, then RO is probably the better path. Know your goals.
Good clarification. Lastly, the audio mentions support. 30-day satisfaction guarantee.
Yeah, that offers some peace of mind if you want to try it out.
And a 1-year warranty, plus lifetime tech support. Standard stuff, but good to have.
Absolutely. Shows the company backs the product and provides ongoing help if needed. Adds consumer confidence.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Summing up our deep dive, the EXPRT MR-2034 seems like a convenient, pretty effective system.
Yeah, focuses on removing bacteria, viruses, certain chemicals, improving taste.
While keeping those natural minerals. And it's user-friendly, space-saving, eco-conscious. Seems like a solid package for that specific goal.
It does appear to strike that balance, targeting common concerns without stripping water completely, all in an easy-to-use format.
So here's something to chew on, a final thought for you listening. Thinking about your own water, what's your main priority? Is it getting rid of absolutely everything dissolved in there? Or is it more about targeting the harmful stuff, bacteria, chemicals, while maybe keeping those natural minerals?
It's a really important question. Understanding that balance between removal and retention is key to choosing the right path for your drinking water.
Hopefully this deep dive gives you a better framework for thinking about that.